Dragon Ball, Pokemon, Kaiju, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews. Well, hello there, collectors. Steven here, and I got a little bit of a sort of not really different video for you because I do these videos every once in a while. It's going to be a little bit of an update video for the channel, specifically Patreon. So what's going on? What do I want to do? What do I want to change up? Well, I've been thinking about this for the last couple of months, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to add because I felt like I was doing a good amount. I was doing Patreon exclusive pictures, photo gallery, shout-outs, retweets, a whole bunch of cool stuff, and including some behind-the-scenes stuff, but what I really felt like is I was missing another component to it, and I wasn't exactly sure where the fine balance would be between having stuff that would exclude folks who were, the average viewer, and those who really wanted to support the channel. I felt like there was some way to sort of make sure everybody could get the normal general STR experience and then what they could get from the Patreon backing for the STR experience. So I think I found the best thing for that, and I'm here to introduce that today. So let's go with what the sort of thing is to change for Patreon right now that will be sort of taken away, if you will. Well, right now what I do is I sort of promise at least 4 Patreon exclusive pictures a month, right? That's kind of like what I promise at sort of the baseline. Well, that's going to change. Reason being is I feel like some of the pictures that I take, I really, really enjoy, and I feel like some of those pictures can be enjoyed by all. And sometimes they're just an outtake from a review. Sometimes they're just an alternate shot. So here's how it's going to work. Any of the Patreon exclusive pictures that I take, they're going to be specifically for Patreon. So for this month, there's one, which is going to be the history of Mechagodzilla, that I specifically took for Patreon. It just wasn't a part of a review that I excluded. So that is going to be one change to Patreon. The exclusive pictures are going to be there, but there isn't necessarily going to be a guaranteed amount. And, there are going to be some cooler ones. It's not just going to be a quota I'm going to reach. I'm going to put a bit more effort into it. Now, here's what I'm going to add that I am going to put a quota on, at least a minimum I'm going to have. Sometimes whenever I announce a review for the channel, I do an unboxing, I get a new figure, whatever it may be, it enters into a lineup of what I'm going to be reviewing. And from when there's an unboxing to the actual review, there can be a couple of days gap. So this is going to be extra, okay? If there's a figure that I may need some time to review, like this one in front of me, I don't know when exactly that review is going to go up, or maybe that figure isn't necessarily on my immediate list to review, but I'll get to it. I'm going to be introducing Patreon previews. What's that? Basically a stripped down version of the review where I'm going to be talking just like this, going over the figure, discussing the articulation, talking about the accessories, minimal size comparisons, and giving you a final thought. Now, this does not mean that if I do a Patreon preview for a figure, I'm not going to do the review because I'm going to be reviewing this guy. But for the first Patreon preview, I'm going to be doing a simply stripped down review that will be quick, simple, and easy, where I'm going to be talking about this guy, uploading it exclusively for all patrons, and you'll be able to get an early access look at my thoughts on this figure, and more to come. The next one that's going to be uploaded at the same time, well, about the same time as this one, is going to be the SH Figuarts Black King, which the unboxing video should actually be up at the same time as this video, okay? All right, so long story short, the pictures, the Patreon exclusive pictures that I make, they're going to be changing just a little bit. I think the quality is going to go up, which is the main factor there. And then the Patreon previews are going to now be a thing where there's going to be 4 a month, and that's going to be bridging the gaps for when reviews actually go up. Patreon previews are the only thing that are exclusive. The reviews will not be. So the full-fledged reviews with all the action shots and whatnot, those will stay the same. All right, if you're interested in Patreon, card popping up in the top right-hand corner of the screen. As always, links in the description down below. I'm Steven. You're an awesome fan. Thank you so much for helping out, whether or not it's a view, Patreon, whatever it may be. And I will catch ya in the next video.